We're going to start off with Chris Rock. So Chris Rock came on here. We'll listen to a little bit of why he wanted to be involved in Unite for America and why he's endorsing Kamala Harris. So let's play that.
Running for, I remember writing her a check when she was like the district attorney.
And Kiki, we saw you. He was definitely shooting his shot. Like women know, like, and it's on you, ladies. Don't act like, and when this type of situation happens, be aware. Be aware. How you respond is going to determine where the trajectory of this friendship, relationship, whatever it is, where it goes. So yeah, let's move on.
Something. Maybe it was to get out of a parking ticket or something. But I've been writing her checks for a long time, and I just want to bring my daughters to the White House to meet this black woman president.
So he was asked why he's supporting Kamala. His answer is that he wants to bring his daughters to the White House so they can see a black woman president. We are trying to solve the problems of racism with racism. These are all things that generate, when you play identity politics, that's what leads to, whether indirectly or directly, racism. Like, I thought we were done with, well, I guess I was just done with it. We did this with Barack. When you just vote for somebody or you just do something and determine whether or not you're doing something based on their gender or the color of their skin, is that not a problem? Aren't these the same principles that said, okay, well, white people, we're going to have this, black people, we're not going to get. These are the same thoughts that went into when it came to slavery, right? Now, of course, it's on an entirely different level. But when you're making decisions that are determined on race in particular, why do we think that that's an okay thing to do? And I understand. I'm one of the people that seeing Barack Obama as president, that does inspire. So I get the inspirational aspect of all this. But we have to be adults. Disney movies inspire kids. I just watched Aladdin last night. Like, it inspires you in certain ways. It inspires you to think, oh, the world can be such an amazing place. I get all that. But when we're actually making decisions of who's going to run our country, when we're involved in different wars, when we're involved in, when we have a terrible economy, when we have a terrible health in our country, where we got diabetes, all these different diseases, all these different things and challenges that we face in America, do we really think that that's the honorable thing to do, to vote for somebody because I just want to bring my daughters to the White House and let them see a black woman? But nothing else matters. The only thing when it comes to the Democrats that matter, and Kamala, and this is what she's pushing, is an emotional attachment to her. They are trying to sell us on the emotions. That's why everything is about joy. That's why it's like, well, put the policies to the side. You know my history as a prosecutor. It's like, she acts like she's not even in office. She acts as if she's not even in office, and she gets the excuse of it. So my question for Chris Rock was, is this honorable or is this selfish and reckless? Because what ends up happening, the things that you vote for, you can afford to vote for Kamala just because she's a black woman. Because the policies of Kamala compared to the policies of Trump, you're still going to be wealthy. You're still going to be rich. You're still going to be one of the greatest of all time comedians. Like, you're still going to be that. So it doesn't matter for you. But why I say is it's selfish and reckless, because now you're convincing others. Like, it would be different if you came on here and said, hey, I think that we should vote for Kamala because of this policy, the way that she sees these things, the way that she moves as a leader, all these different things. But when you just say it's because she's a black woman, now you're using your influence to pass that on to the people that follow you. As you are a celebrity, we live in this idolatry culture, it just is what it is. Now you're inspiring other people to just make decisions based on, oh, well, she's just a black woman. That's enough. That's enough. And then you hear Oprah. Hold on. What did Oprah say in response to this?
To meet this black woman president.
And then people clap. It's like, that's really what we're going for? Then, hey, Mom, if you're listening, Mom, can you run for president? If that's the only qualifications that we're looking for, if that's the reason why we're excited about, if that's what we're going to highlight, if that's what we're continuing to highlight, yes, we know she's a black woman. Can we talk about some of the other things that she's going to implement as a president that she didn't implement currently as a vice president? Doesn't it have to be more than just being a black woman, or maybe not?
That's a reason.
You hear Oprah?
That's a reason.
That's a reason.
That's a reason.
That's the reason. I think she would make a great president.
And, what if a white guy came and said, I just want to see a white man in office? I just want to see a white man back in office. Now, of course, it'd be different because people would say, well, shoot, we got a white man in office now. We've had plenty of white men. Obviously, the history, there's been a lot more white women in office. White men in office. Okay, cool. I hear your point. What if an Indian guy? What if Indian people? What if Asian people? What if, I don't know, any other group? I just want to see an Indian in office. I don't care about anything else. I just want to see an Indian in office. What if somebody came and said, I just want to see a white woman in office? Could you imagine the response? And obviously it's different. It's a different situation, so I get it. But still, when you're leading with these type of responses, when you complain about the history of racism in this country, but then you lead by making decisions solely based on race and gender, I guess, in this position, that's a problem. It's only going to lead to a cycle. So now we'll have more and more black people just voting for black. All right, so then black's hot right now. Then what does that create now? Now that creates the extreme on the other end. Man, I'm tired of black people. I want white people. It's always going to be a back and forth. Maybe that's the reason why it was a lot easier for Trump in 2016, how he was campaigning then, which I couldn't stand him. I'll be totally honest. I thought he was racist. But maybe that's why certain things were pushed. And maybe that was why that was the perfect time for him to running how he was running, or at least how I perceived it at the time, because we just had a black president for 8 years. So it's like, yeah, we need to get a white one. It's just going to produce a cycle that we claim we don't want to live in, but to each their own.
I'm ready to turn the page, man.
Yeah.
All the hate, the negativity, it's got to stop.
Yeah, we're so sick of the negativity. Thank you so much, Chris, for being up this early in the morning in London. Thank you.
Oh, did y'all just peep that? Listen to what she just said.
The negativity. Thank you so much, Chris, for being up this early in the morning in London. Thank you.
My man's in London. I wouldn't even have said that if I was her. Maybe that's why he doesn't care about what goes on, what's going on here. Is he living out in London? I don't know. Maybe he's living out in London and he doesn't care about what's going on in America. Maybe he just, I don't know. I'm sure he'll be back. Maybe he's just out there touring or something. Yeah. I guess when you spend a lot of time outside America, it doesn't really affect you as much. But let's go on. So there's a group of Win for Women. So apparently this was the group that got on the call. So right after Joe Biden dropped out of the race, remember that evening, I think it was a Sunday evening where 50,000 or something crazy like that, some number, I think it was 50,000 black women and then 50,000 friends of the black women, whatever. She's going to explain it, I believe. I'm not sure if we'll listen to, this is the president of that organization's entire speech. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.